What's up? Welcome back to day 5. If you've got stuck on questions, let's talk about it. So today is kind of just a catch-all day, and I can go down the route of building bots, which I thoroughly enjoy, or we can go down the road of answering questions, which I also thoroughly enjoy, or we can just hang out because it's Halloween and I'm not wearing a costume. I don't know if you got our weekly spark this morning. It got to double check and make sure that went out, actually. Uh, if you did, you saw Jason dressed up in a hot dog contest or a hot dog costume. And it was pretty funny to begin the show. So if you're not getting our weekly spark, you should check your emails because it's pretty good content, comes out every Friday. So one of the things that we've been able to do this week is build out a strategic order of operations for building block steps and for pretty much everything that you need to get started on building your own bots, building your own blog writers, building anything that you could really think of to build inside ChatGPT all starts with what we've done here. Yesterday, I mentioned about building inside folders, and I actually did that. So I'm going to go ahead and share away since I don't have any questions to answer yet. But I'm going to share away and show you the difference between activation and being in a folder. So I created this folder. Let me shrink our GPTs here. I created this folder. Where did it go? Gotta love the internet. ChatGPT's actually been kind of slow today, and I'm not really digging it. It froze up on me earlier. I was really confused. Let's see if I can get it to load. So that would be fun. But either way, so these tools are an external folder. So right now I can access them from any chat at any time. However, inside, let me just reload the page once and see if that helps. Inside, nope, still not loading much. So basically inside these folders, you can add files so that your voice rings through all of these. So here it goes. So where is it? Not in there. There it is. It was at the top the whole time. So MLO content bots. So as you can see, I've added one file here, which is just a document with the ideas that I was talking about yesterday. So you can create folders that only listen to themselves, which is what I've done here. I've created a folder that doesn't have access to anything outside of this folder. And this was the content bot we built yesterday. So as you remember, we were going through prompts while I had it hidden on my screen, and then we went back through them. And we designed a bot that builds structure around videos. And so I want to show you kind of what I've done today, and I'll reverse engineer it. If you guys have a video, a motivational video, a inspiring video, or anything like that that you found on YouTube that you really like to watch and you would really like to put it into your own words, I would encourage you to put that link in the comments. And I'll even put this here. So I'm going to create so we'll put that up. So if you put this into the comments, I'll actually create you a video script, and then I'll send you the script after the class to really kind of give you a jump start on what can be created quickly. So I'll let that simmer for a minute and I'll run you through what I did. So I took the content bot that we built yesterday, and I'm inside this folder, remember? So really everything inside this folder that I have, it just lives in this folder. And so now it's going to pull on the information from this folder, which obviously I've already created the bot, and it allows me to utilize that bot without having to activate the bot. So this is extremely strong for you if you're looking to do consistently do the same things over and over again and have it write in a certain way. You can just build the folders and upload the documents that you would want it to review in the folders, and then it won't go searching for a bunch of different things. It'll just build off of what you've already told it to build off of. So it kind of creates a little knowledge base for your content creation. And the one thing that I did here was go to YouTube, and I copied the link and I transcribed it in the tool I showed you yesterday, which is Tactic, Tactic. And they have a free YouTube transcriber, basically. So you just copy and paste the YouTube video into that link. So what I did was take a Lewis Howes podcast episode on productivity that I really enjoyed listening to this morning. And I really only listened to half of it, but I knew that it was going to be great content to be able to create and push through. So in the past, I would have had to listen to the entire thing, summarize it in my own thoughts. I would have probably put together a 45-second to a minute and a half video based off of this content. And it would have been one short in the history of all the shorts that I've created, which is thousands. It would have never shown up anywhere. It wouldn't have got searched. It may have gotten a little engagement like, hey, great content. That's all it would have gotten. Now I've taken that same concept that I used to do manually, which would taken me hours to break down and write out. If I really wanted to build out a 4 to 10 minute video, it would have taken me a very long time to come up with the structure and outline and direction. So what I was able to do is get that video transcribed, and then I just put in a simple prompt because I've already prompted inside this folder about how I want the structure of the videos. And so it allows me to just say, create a 4 to 10 minute video script outline based on this transcript to make sure it hits the major points, give credit to Lewis Howes because it is his podcast and I'm kind of redoing his content into my own content, and allows a natural flow with mini hooks as described in this folder. So now I reference it back to the directions that were created in this folder. So Nicole, I do a lot of lifestyle comments and stuff, or if you're asking about the inspiring video, it can definitely be real estate related. If it's something that hit for you, we can very much use that. We can use really anything to create what you're asking about. So yeah, that's not a problem. Any video that you're liking, and like I said, you don't have to find the link, just maybe a name and a what you think the title or what it's about. We can do some searching and find it. But what I did was then copy the transcript in here. So as you can see, it's 51 minutes of content. So I would have had to listen to the 51 minutes. Maybe if I had listened to it on 1.5, like I sometimes do, it would have been, 35 minutes. But I still would have had to digest the content, process the content in my brain, and write it all out and organize it. This spit it back in about 7 seconds, a 4 to 10 minute video script outline based on the provided transcripts, rewritten for flow, pacing, and engagement. So it literally broke down everything about the episode. It's obviously saying inspired by Lewis Howes. This is a working title, obviously, because once I create my video, I will then put the transcript into the SEO bot that I've built so that I make sure that it's really playing for SEO on YouTube. And this breaks it all down. So it says, the hook is 0 to 45 seconds. And it gives me mini hooks all through. Section 1, seek clarity first. So the idea was his 5 or 6 steps to creating productivity for yourself. And this is obviously related to mortgage loan officers. It's related to real estate agents. It's related to really anybody in life. So this can really play across a bunch of different categories, and it can really catch some virality if done properly. So now I've got mini hooks throughout. So guess what? I've got my 4 to 10 minute video. And now in this one, in Seek Clarity, I've got one short. Then I go on to section 2, turning fear into fuel. I've got another short. Then I go into section 3. And as long as I hit these mini hooks as they're supposed to be hit, it's going to be real easy to edit. Now I've got another mini hook with another short. And then section 4, rest as a productivity multiplier. Now I've got another hook. So in YouTube, when you post on YouTube, it actually allows you to tie it back to main videos. So if you're posting these shorts individually, you can actually click in their settings when you're posting it to associate the video back with the main video. So you post the main video first, then you connect it back to that main video as you post the shorts. So now I've got 6 shorts out of a 4 to 10 minute video, probably 7 if I utilize this one as another mini reel or short. And I can post these everywhere. And all it takes really to change the content up a little bit is maybe adding a sound or two in the background, changing the way the captions look. So if you're looking to create multiple versions of this, you very easily can, using the editing tools, CapCut, Captions, InShot, whatever anybody's really using for editing. That's a whole nother episode on itself of just being able to create content and edit content. But I can create this video now in probably 15 minutes of recording because I want to provide ample breaks. I may re-record some of the sections. Usually I'm a one-take guy, but sometimes I get stopped up, and then, I really want to provide pacing for jump cuts, which is, where you end a sentence and then you splice out a little bit of the video so you move your face. So it's kind of creating movement without having movement. But it breaks down an entire 4 to 10 minute video for me. So now it's saying, would you like me to turn this into an outline of a 1-page recording guide PDF like your previous requests for filming flow? So now it's pulling off of the information that I created inside that bot we created yesterday and telling me, this is what you normally like. Do you want that for this? And then it gives me a PDF with the spit out, and everything is 100% perfect with what I need. So now it says, want a version with exact lower third text, meaning, lower third of the video. So you would put text up on the video underneath your face talking, B-roll notes. So like for your editor or yourself, you can literally just copy it and it'll tell you exactly what to do to be able to create the content you want to create. So still don't have, I know, Nicole, you're probably looking for something right now, so I'll let you kind of continue to look, but we can build that out pretty easily. Obviously, it'll be in my voice and geared towards loan officers in this folder, but we can change it and create it so that it's a nice, even script for you with a couple of the other tools I've already built. So again, all of these building blocks that you've built to this point are extremely easy to use once you get them built. And I understand it can be a struggle to build them. It can be something that it just seems daunting. And so I've already connected with a couple people from here that are going to want a little one-on-one after this. I'm more than happy to provide a one-on-one to help you through some of this stuff. You just have to let me know that you need it. I'm absolutely open to meeting with any one of you that's in here to help create this stuff. So the cool thing with this isn't like a set it and forget it. It's a set it and use it. And I've really focused on building these things the right way so that when I want to use them for content, I'm able to. And so my focus has shifted for the last couple months of the year before new baby comes at the end of the year. For the next 60 days, my entire focus is creating as much content as humanly possible. And it's going to be half of my week, most likely, creating content so that if I choose to take 2 to 3 weeks off after we have a baby, my content still goes out. I'll have it all scheduled, and it'll be super easy to create all of this between now and then. So with these bots, we can really build whatever is wanting to be built. And I can take you through a step-by-step of what I did here if you want to. But if you've got a title or a link, feel free to throw it in the comments. I'm going to kind of just Q&A the rest of this thing. Or if somebody gives me something that they want built for a script that they're going to use, happy to throw that in there as well. So I'll kind of just let this one sit here for a minute, and you can just stare at my ChatGPT screen, and I'll even go back to the main screen. So it says what I'm saying. What can I help with? So I can show you, I guess, dive into one of the video scripts that I created this week based off of one of the ideas that I had talked about before. And it's really just I activated the content bot. So now it shows the content is bot or activated. And then I had uploaded the document with those 15 ideas that I had written out into the folder. So as you can see, that's the one file. And I can actually just show you the file. So this is a list of, and I created this document with ChatGPT, so it kind of ran the numbers together. But these are just 15 different topics that I've created off the top of my head that would be interesting and relevant to LO. So it kind of gives me a head start on the 15 that I want to focus on first. And so I said inside this, I said, create one script on a topic in the list uploaded in this folder. So it went and read the topics relevant to LOs. It pulled one of them out of that list, created the entire script, as I've shown you multiple times here, and then put it into a PDF. So now all I have to do is pull up the PDF as I'm recording, and I have the entire outline. Yeah. So a lot of this was covered early on, Maria. I know that you're playing a little catch up, and some of it can move really quickly, and so no problem at all. I can start wherever we need to start, wherever we needed to start. But basically, you just go to, you click on your name, and then there's a settings button here. So you're going to click settings. You can also click the personalization button because it's going to kind of take you to the same place. It both pulls up the settings, it just depending on which page it comes into. So if you click the personalization one, this enable customization, I've turned this off because I don't really care how ChatGPT responds to me. If you wanted to create strict rules about how it responds to you, you can turn this on and type into custom instructions and say, you know, respond directly, no fluff, don't tell me I'm right, don't tell me I'm wrong. Most of the time you're right and I'm right, and we both know it. You can create that, and you can actually just kind of Google and search around for prompts that you can put in here so you get the way, if you want to change how it responds. I don't really care because I just ignore most of it. But that is something that you can do to dial it in. And then down here, you're going to find your memory. So if you go into here, you're going to want reference saved memories on, and then record mode. So this is the one that can give or take a couple different ways. So you can turn this off if you don't want ChatGPT to have access to your information that you've put in here. Or you can leave it on. I like to leave it on because sometimes I'm not creating bots and I put something in there that I do want it to remember. Sometimes, you know, like I said, this can kind of create crossover and chaos a little bit. But the focus of, you know, kind of the basics class here is in memory. So you'd want to go into manage, and it's going to show you every single thing that you've saved, basically. So like mine looks very directed, and you know, this is the MLO content bot. This is the blog bot we created earlier in the week. This is my voice prompt. This is the command core prompt. So this is the CRM that I've built for our company. I've created an expert on command core so that I can call on it to tell me how things are outlined inside Go High Level, which is the system we use to build on. It tells me everything. So in your memory, it's not going to look anything like this unless you've already started this process. But basically what you want to do is delete everything. So that if you're looking to start completely fresh and utilize what we've learned this week to build out your building blocks and your base, you can go through here and delete everything. And then as you upload things and tell it to remember it, it's going to remember these things and being able to tell you everything there is to know about what you've told it to remember. So that's where I would start as far as if you're looking to clear it out and kind of have a fresh start so that you're not getting all the fluff from before. The other thing you can do is in data controls. So you can find shared links, but this is just the links of chats that you've shared. So if you haven't shared any chats, there's going to be nothing in here. It just allows you to go back to remembering when you shared those. Archive chats, so you can go into here. I haven't archived anything because I don't really care to archive anything. You can archive all of your chats, which is an okay place to do it as well. So it kind of just clears out your entire left side. Or you can go ahead and delete all chats. So again, if you wanted to completely start over, you're able to go ahead and do that by just deleting all the chats and clearing out your memory. And that would give you essentially a brand new ChatGPT account. Improving the model for everyone. This is something that I don't care to do because we do share some stuff that I don't really want spread out across all of ChatGPT's data. So I just leave that off. If you have a business account like I do, this is a Business Pro account, for Creative First Mortgage. I have that off because we are sharing, we have stuff in here that is proprietary that I don't really want spread across ChatGPT. Remote browser data, this allows it to understand who you are a little bit by what your browsing history is. And I let that be there because I do often search through different publications and all of that kind of stuff. So it kind of builds a pattern around what I'm actually reading. So I hope is that kind of take care of what the beginning stages of cleaning the history out, I think, Maria. And then as far as creating bots goes, this is really, I've sent out the prompts for all of the building blocks that we've had. And so you can kind of start there. And then a lot of times, it's just deciding what you really want to create. So if you're looking to create a content bot, using the prompting structure after you've activated the building blocks, that's how you're going to create these bots, because it's going to include all of that information that you've already built out. So Maria, I know you mentioned one-on-one would be appreciated. Absolutely. Let's get some time on the schedule and we can kind of set apart a half an hour to get you built out in the basics. Happy to be able to do that for you or with you. And then we can build out, basically just when we do that, I just want you to come prepared with what you're wanting to build. Because a lot of times we try to think we can do it all. And if we're trying to do it all with this, it's only going to give you a bunch of different answers that you probably don't want. So, we can start out by just, clearing out the memory aspect and then kind of starting fresh and building what you actually want instead of having it remember stuff that you don't really want. Other than that, I don't really have a lot unless there's going to be a last minute question coming in here. Happy to, if you give me a topic, Maria or Nicole, since you've already engaged, if you give me just a quick topic as a thank you for engaging with me all the way through on this Friday afternoon of Halloween, I'd be happy to build out a video script for you if you're going to record it. So feel free to put a topic in the comments if you want to have me build out a video script. Otherwise, it's going to be the end of the class, and I will be able to follow up with each and every one of you next week. Thanks, Nicole. I'm looking forward to connecting with you as well. And if you guys have any questions at all, you've all got my text message number, that 727 number that's been texting you nonstop for 2 weeks. That's my cell phone for the office, and happy to respond with any questions you've got there. Thank you again for coming into the class, and thanks for being my guinea pigs on how to set it up and what not to do and all the mistakes that happened through it. Yeah, me too. We're going to have 2 boys running around the house under 18 months. So going to be a real exciting time at the Speltz household for a few months. They're getting settled back into having 2 children instead of 1. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you again. Have a great Halloween weekend. I'll say it because it's funny. Don't forget to set your clocks back, even though 90% of them will set themselves. Have a great weekend, everybody.